Welcome to an exciting event and an exciting time in Kingsport for our city and our region. I'm John Williams, and I'm very honored to serve as chair of your Kingsport Higher Education Commission. And before I go any further today, I want to again express thanks to the Kingsport Board of Mayor and Aldermen, who a few years ago had the courage and the strength to make the commitment to fund higher education and this Kingsport Higher Education Center in our academic village. I especially want to acknowledge the work of Mayor Dennis Phillips, who not only led the effort for the city's investment here, but has been an important player as we have worked out the details to bring all our academic partners into this facility and into the academic village. This morning, I'd also like to acknowledge Vice Mayor Tom Parham and Alderman Mike McIntyre, who are here this morning. I don't believe there are any other members of the BMA present, but we say thanks to all of them for all that they've done. The Kingsport Higher Education Commission met in a called session a little earlier this morning and voted to enter into appropriate agreements to bring 2 more institutions of higher learning into the Kingsport Higher Education Center. With today's actions by the Commission and subsequent expected action by the BMA to ratify our documents, we welcome 2 respected and well-established institutions to join us and our other academic partners. I am delighted to welcome to the Kingsport Higher Education Center, Milligan College and Tusculum College. They will be joining our existing full-time partners here, Northeast State Community College, King University, Lincoln Memorial University, and the University of Tennessee. And of course, we recently welcomed East Tennessee State University to downtown Kingsport and the academic village. Now, we'd like to hear from our new partners and their presidents. First, I would introduce to you the president of Tusculum College, Dr. Nancy Moody.
Thank you for that introduction. Tusculum College is excited to join the Kingsport Center for Higher Education, and we look forward to the opportunities we will have to collaborate with other member institutions of higher education and also with the broader Kingsport community. The academic village and the Kingsport Center for Higher Education was Kingsport's forward-thinking way to bring increased educational opportunities to the people of this region. I was very pleased to hear those words long before this building was even built. So congratulations to Mayor Phillips and to others who had input into that decision and the actions. Within the next 5 years, more than half of the jobs in Tennessee will require a post-secondary credential. However, only 32% of Tennesseans currently hold an associate's degree or higher, and even fewer adults 25 years of age and over hold a bachelor's degree. This is compounded by concerns about the affordability of higher education. Higher education of the population can be directly linked to the economy of a region, a city, or a state. Thus, as a critical issue for Tennessee, Governor Bill Haslam set a goal of increasing the percentage of Tennesseans with post-secondary education to 55% by the year 2025. Tusculum College wants to be part of the solution to make Governor Haslam's vision a reality. Together, we can help meet this goal, provide more and better opportunities for the citizens of Tennessee, and improve the economic viability of this particular region of Tennessee. Again, Tusculum College is excited about this venture and all it can mean for our region. I would like to acknowledge that I have several members of my Board of Trustees here and prior members of the board and several staff, and I appreciate their presence here. It means a great deal to us. I've also been asked to talk about the academic programs that we plan to bring. We do plan to bring full programs. That's part of the agreement in our being here. Tusculum is very familiar with off-campus programming. More than 30 years ago, we actually began what was known as the TALL program. It was highly criticized by the academic community at the time because it was for adult learners in a compressed period of time to be offered, and now it seems that many institutions, or most, are doing the very same thing, and we're glad to have been forerunners in that area. We have 3 off-campus locations currently, and we will stay at 3 off-campus locations as we relocate the programs that we currently offer at Gray here at this wonderful facility, which we're very pleased to be at. We will be offering a Bachelor's of Science in Organizational Management with an HR or Human Resource concentration, Psychology and Behavioral Health, a Master of Arts in Education in Curriculum and Instruction, a Bachelor of Arts in Education, and a Master of Arts in Teaching, which is a post-baccalaureate program, Bachelor of Science in Organizational Management, and a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. We're very pleased to be here, and we appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, President Moody. At this time, we will hear from our other new partner here, and that is Milligan College, and the president is Dr. Bill Greer. Dr. Greer.
Thank you very much for having us here today. Milligan College is also delighted to be joining today with Tusculum College, as well as the other preceding partners here at the Kingsport Center for Higher Education, to announce our entry into this facility. I think that one of the requirements, evidently, for new admission had to be school colors of black and orange. Both Milligan and Tusculum share beautiful orange and black as school colors, so we're delighted to bring those banners to this facility. Milligan is a well-established, highly regarded college that has been in existence since 1866. From our main campus, which is located between Elizabethton and Johnson City, we have since our founding been committed to offering a high-quality Christian liberal arts education. Our students come from 40 different states, 20 different foreign countries to enroll in one of 100 programs of study, including over 30 undergraduate majors and 4 graduate programs. And while we are committed to maintaining the very best residential programs possible and continue to invest in our campus, we do recognize that increased accessibility is an important issue, an important goal that will result from and be enhanced from offering classes in this beautiful facility in downtown Kingsport. And as Dr. Moody has indicated, accessibility is key to meeting the educational needs of Kingsport and our region. So we're delighted to be partnering to be able to do that. So we're pleased to partner with Kingsport Center for Higher Education to offer programs that we think are in demand and are beneficial for the needs of our region. The classes we will offer here will be taught by our highly regarded faculty who are caring and respected professionals and experts in their field. They're professionals, or rather the professionals who are here in the Kingsport market will now have the opportunity to experience something that we think is very important, and that is the sense of Milligan community, and they'll be able to experience it right here at home. We will be offering the following programs: a bachelor's degree in business administration with an emphasis in operations management, which we think is exceptionally well suited for the industrial and business climate of Kingsport and the surrounding area. Also, a degree in child and youth development, that is early childhood education. Students can complete the child and youth development major and even opt to certify to teach pre-K through 3rd grade with an additional semester of full-time student teaching. Our newest degree completion program will begin in January of 14. That is an RN to BSN program designed for practicing registered nurses who desire to complete a Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. And then finally, our Master of Business Administration degree a 14-month graduate degree consisting of 32 semester hours of credit. Those classes meet on Saturdays once a month, complemented by several weeks of ongoing discussion and class participation and other assignments, all facilitated by faculty using internet-based resources. And it has been a wonderful hybrid model that has beautifully met the needs of a number of our region's professionals in the business area. Our MBA offers tracks in leadership, healthcare management, and operations management, and the operations management track will begin here in March of 14, and that same track can also be pursued as an executive certificate in operations management as well. I would like to introduce two people to you who are here who will be really faces of these programs, one here in Kingsport most of the time, and that is Jennifer Greenwell. If you would wave, she's in the orange, a Milligan alumna who has served the college in admissions, marketing, and community relations since 2006, and she will be serving as our off-site coordinator beginning June 1. And also I'd like for you to meet Dr. Vicki Sitter, professor of business administration, and she will begin on June 1 as the director of our highly successful MBA program. So those will be folks who will be important players in our work here. Once again, thank you for having us today. We look forward to many years of partnership.
Wearing a black suit today, I should have worn an orange tie, and I would have been just right. And I wear orange from time to time, but that's another story. At this time, I want to call on Kingsport Mayor Dennis Phillips, who has been a driving force in the entire higher education program, but in the academic village and higher education center in particular. Mayor Phillips, I know you're pleased with today's developments.
I am extremely pleased with today's development. I really think that it means more than you realize, because when we were on the buses and the cars and we were going over to Greenville Tech and visiting, we were out of welcome maybe, but and we went to other places trying to find a model that would fit Kingsport best. And I think that the model that we chose was the model that we should have chosen, because with some fine-tuning naturally, after you find out after you get started that maybe the best place you go, they don't tell you all the little things. You know, it's like your mother's cornbread recipe. She don't tell you about that pinch of sugar that makes it or something. So we kind of, it's been at times since we've opened that we have had to really sit down and say, what do we need to do? What do we need to change? And we've been able to do that. And I think one of the best things that's happened to this academic village is Northeast State's hiring of Jeff McCord and dedicating a person of his caliber over the entire campus for Northeast State. We have private colleges now. The two that we're bringing in today, Tusculum and Milligan, are education systems that think outside the box. So does LMU. So does King. So we have 4 private institutions that think outside the box. And why that's so important, the guy that I got all my mentoring from told me, you want to operate your higher ed center like you want to use the Walmart theory. And that is, you're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You provide an education when the students are able to be there. A lot of our students that we're going to have in these higher ed centers and all the buildings around here are going to be single parents or parents that have 1 or 2 children. They can't work. They're working parents. They have to work when they're off. You know, if they want to come at midnight, we need to make a place available for them. You know, my pet peeve when I hear that our buildings are full, and I say, I was over there at 10 o'clock last night and they weren't full. I was there at 7 o'clock this morning, they weren't full. And I drove by at midnight and the lights were off. They're not full. You have to learn the government slang that we're full if we're full between 8 in the morning and 11. That means we're full. So we've got to get creative, and Jeff McCord has done a great job of that. If you want to teach a class here at an odd hour, this center has to be available for you to do that. And we want people that think outside the box. And I've served on the board of Tusculum before. I know about Milligan, and I know how you all operate, and I know you're as interested in getting people in education as I am. And it took it just, as Miss Hillary says, it takes a village. It took an entire community, and if you knew the man hours that has gone in to bringing this higher ed center to what it is today, and I feel like, quite frankly, today we have really just started, because we've got the private sector of aggressive colleges, and we've got the two public universities. And as East Tennessee State University becomes more and more of a factor, Johnson City will be that city that used to have education. Actually, I doubt that happens. But I think we have the ability to be known for education. I know we have the dedicated employees, we have the dedicated schools, and we can make this happen. Our RCAM, if you haven't had an opportunity to visit the RCAM building, please get involved with everything down here, because there may be things you can't do that you can get a student to go to another, maybe the RCAM. Every child in the world, and y'all won't agree with this, but every child in the world does not need a 4-year education. We have to have some people that can do the trades. It sure is a lot easier today to get a doctor than it is a brick mason. And there's nothing wrong with that. The old stigma of what does your child do, you know, is a doctor or is a brick mason, that's gone. It's really not a sin to work with your hands anymore. It's not a sin to get a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, or even a 10-year degree. But the main thing is we need to get people working. And through this higher education center and this whole academic village, we can supply the employees needed so that our employers will be glad that they're located in Kingsport, Tennessee, and have an outstanding workforce in any career field. Thank you all for making it. I know my time was up 5 minutes ago, but this is very important to me. These 2 schools coming in is very important to me. It's really the icing on the cake, and I think we need to settle down for the next year or 2, see how it's going. We don't need to go out trying to get more and more and more. Bigger's not always better. Quality is what we're after. And I would like to see the next thing that we emphasize is if we can get some continuing education courses here at nights and get, everyone anymore has to have additional training, whether you're a doctor or a lawyer. I don't know about engineers. I don't know if they have training to begin with or not. But engineers, and we're going to Knoxville, we're going to Nashville, and I'm sure even in medical, this facility is as nice a facility as you're going to get when you go other places. So we need to work on getting our continuing education right here in Kingsport, Tennessee. That saves our employees thousands of dollars, And besides that, if we can bring them in from out of town, they can stay in the hotels, they can eat in our restaurants, and it's just keeps going. So thank you. Keep your enthusiasm up. And if there's any questions that you have about the academic village, we have John Campbell and Morris Baker can answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. When the Kingsport Higher Education Advisory Committee, which was a predecessor to our commission, was formed, and it's part of the original forming agreements that developed this facility, Mayor Phillips asked me if I would serve on that committee, that advisory board. And I said yes. And a little bit later, I and the other members who had agreed to serve got an email telling everybody who was on the advisory board and that I had agreed to serve as chair. I was glad to know that. That's the first I became aware of that. But since then, I have certainly enjoyed that work, and as we have evolved into the Higher Education Commission, I've been honored to serve in this role here. But we are certainly looking forward to going forward, and the mayor addressed a phase that we're looking at and want to get involved in deeply is continuing professional education. There is such an opportunity there and such a benefit. But a few months ago, when both Milligan and Tusculum began serious talks with our executive director, Morris Baker, who, by the way, is doing a very good job for us, they both displayed a significant cooperative spirit and a desire to see to it that their programs were complementary to each other and to the institutions who are already here in the Higher Ed Center. As a participant in some of those talks, I can assure you that the cooperative spirit is alive and well, and I expect great success from these new partners and our existing partners. Generations from now, many will look back to the early days of this century, and we, those of us here in the room today, will likely be just a distant and minor memory. But what has been accomplished already and what will be accomplished in years to come will be their treasure, and it will be our legacy. I'm grateful that we can all be part of this today. Now, as we complete this briefing, I want to let the media representatives know that Dr. Greer and Dr. Moody are available for discussion, interviews if you like them, and if you want to talk with anyone else, we can arrange that as well. Thank you to the representatives of all our higher education institutions who are here today, to the members of the community and the city government who are interested in what we're doing, and the Chamber of Commerce, and especially to the alumni of our two new institutions, who I know today this is a special day for you, to know that in your city, in the heart of your city, in our academic village, your college is right up here with everybody else. So again, thank you all for coming, and we look forward to a great future for higher education in Kingsport. Have a good day.